Fellow Australians, ladies and gentlemen, the Victorian and the Australian lockdowns are over. Come out of your homes, Victorians. Be free, all Australians. Take off your masks. Breathe Almighty God's own fresh air. Travel wherever you wish, whenever you wish. The Victorian and all other state governments are corruptly and illegally imprisoning you. These draconian overreactions are way outside of and against the requirements of the Australian Commonwealth Bio-Security Act 2015 and the Commonwealth Constitution. Your employers cannot legally enforce any of these fictions on you. Watch our Angelic Lawyer Serene Teffaha explain your legal rights to you. I've put the link below this video. Serene has studied the Australian Bio-Security Act in detail. The Victorian Government and all other states are failing to uphold this act. You are free. Enjoy your freedom. You cannot, under Australian law, be illegally detained or imprisoned. In my opinion, the federal and state governments are criminals of extortion, forcing you to pay extortion money to them and threatening to arrest you in an illegal attempt to illegally control you for their own ends. This illegal attempt to force this evil upon Australia through biosecurity will collapse in court. The federal and state governments of Australia are the modern-day Australian mafia. Do not consent. They have no legal standing to fine or arrest you. Stand up, Victoria. Stand up, Australia. No fear. Their blatant negation of the Australian Constitution is totally illegal, and in particular, Section 51(23)(a), the provision of maternity allowances, widows' pensions, child endowment, unemployment, pharmaceutical, sickness and hospital benefits, medical and dental services, but not so as to authorize any form of civil conscription, benefits to students and family allowances. Section 92, Australian Constitution, trade within the Commonwealth to be free, on the imposition of uniform duties of customs, trade, commerce, and intercourse amongst the states, whether by means of internal carriage or ocean navigation, shall be absolutely free. Section 109 of the Australian Constitution, which provides that when a law of a state is inconsistent with a law of the Commonwealth, the latter shall prevail, and the former shall, to the extent of its inconsistency, be invalid. Section 116, the Australian Constitution. Commonwealth not to legislate in respect of religion. The Commonwealth shall not make any law for the establishing of any religion or for imposing any religious observance, or for prohibiting the free exercise of any religion, and no religious test shall be required as a qualification for any office or public trust under the Commonwealth. So, when we protest, we can be certain that we are on the side of natural justice and our Australian constitutional rights. Our chosen protest demeanour should be based on our human values of truth, unconditional love, virtue, which means help ever, hurt never, peace, and non-violence. Thus, we will treat our police personnel with all respect due to them. If they wish to arbitrarily fine or arrest us, we will not resist in any way. These matters will be resolved in court. We intend to be quite transparent as to who we are. While under common law, we have the right to withhold all information from the police unless we are charged with committing a crime. I recommend to you that you voluntarily provide identification together with the following document, which I'm going to read. If someone approaches you and threatens to fine or inhibit your free passage or arrest you, please say, if you do, you may be criminally indicted with a maximum penalty of life imprisonment. Please read the document below to anyone who claims the authority to fine or arrest you or stop you going where you want to go. This document uncovers shocking crimes by the Australian federal and state governments and police, and any police or other officer will think twice after becoming familiar with this document before proceeding to fine or arrest you. If they do, we will go to the Melbourne Magistrates Court with you. We believe you will be released and not fined. And in addition, you will have done a great service to Australia in enabling court proceedings to bring these crimes to justice. So here is the document. Notice of claim of right. Freedom to peacefully demonstrate. Questions of facts. To any and all Victorian police officer, security guard, army, council, or health personnel, and to any purported claimed authority. The allegation. This current supposed COVID-19 pandemic is a biochemical arm of a military coup currently operating in Australia to take every Australian into an international agenda to form a one world government. I have the right to peacefully demonstrate. Are you going to arrest or fine me? If you arrest or arbitrarily fine me, you enable me the right to place you in the witness box in the Melbourne Magistrates Court. And I can tell you what my first questions may be. Number one, have you a valid constitutional grant of power after the illegal removal of the Crown? Number two, why didn't Mr. Robert Hulls, the former Attorney General of Victoria, stand trial on criminal charges he was charged with? Number three, why have the Victorian police not proceeded with this arrest? Number four, why did Jeffrey Nettle not go to trial, but was actually promoted into the High Court of Australia? Number five, why is there no Hansard legislative record of the third reading or vote counts on the Victorian Local Government Act 1989? This matter now requires a 78B notice pursuant to the Judiciary Act of 1903, Section 78B. Under the Crimes Act of 1958, Section 9A, I may also charge you with an offence with a maximum penalty of life imprisonment. Section 78B of the Act requires Australian courts to ensure that the parties give notice to the Attorneys General of the Commonwealth and each state before proceeding with any case involving matters arising under the Constitution. The Commonwealth and the state governments may then intervene in the case under this Section 78B. The Victorian Electoral Commissioner Warwick Gatley used to be the Electoral Commissioner for Western Australia and was a commander of an Australian warship, HMAS Torrens, that went into Timor, and he is under diplomatic immunity because he works for and is under the jurisdiction of the United Nations. Check 1903 Judiciary Act, Section 78B for 78B notice and Section 88 regulation. This document is available on the website makeaustraliahealthyagain.org. If you are able, please donate so we can continue this vital work of regaining control of our health and well-being, and as true Australians of our great southern land, Australia. Please spread this message far and wide. Thank you.